Las facciones palestinas se unen en un mismo acto de protesta al cumplirse 99 años de la Declaración de Balfour, una carta en la que el secretario de Asuntos Exteriores del Reino Unido, Lord Balfour, ofreció el apoyo de la corona al movimiento sionista que buscaba crear un Estado judío en Palestina.
Esta tierra, Palestina, tenía su pueblo, un pueblo que sufre en la diáspora, en campos de refugiados, esperando el momento de retornar a sus lugares de origen. Los sionistas son extranjeros que tienen que marcharse.
Al Reino Unido le exigimos que reconozca el Estado palestino y el derecho al retorno de los refugiados de Palestina a volver a sus tierras de origen de donde fueron expulsados.
La declaración de Lord Balfour de 1917 fue la revelación del futuro que le esperaba al pueblo palestino, que iba a pasar de una ocupación, la británica, a otra, la israelí. Las tropas inglesas ofrecieron protección a la inmigración ilegal judía que llegaba a tierra palestina.
Las facciones palestinas exigen al gobierno británico que repare el daño histórico provocado a su pueblo, empezando, dicen, por abandonar las políticas de apoyo a las autoridades israelíes.
El Reino Unido cometió grandes errores contra el pueblo palestino, comenzando por ocupar nuestra tierra y terminando con la Declaración de Balfour. El Reino Unido sigue apoyando la ocupación israelí, por eso es el principal responsable.
Al Reino Unido le exigimos dos cosas: que se disculpe ante el pueblo palestino y que nos apoye para alcanzar un Estado independiente con Jerusalén al-Quds como capital.
La semilla que plantó el Reino Unido ya ha crecido, pero el pueblo palestino no cesa en su empeño por restablecer sus derechos nacionales y así lo transmite de generación en generación. Isabel Pérez Hispante Vegaza, Palestina.
(1914) was the year in which World War I broke out. Within 2 years, Germany had won that war. The German submarines, which were a surprise to the world, had swept all the convoys from the Atlantic Ocean, and Great Britain stood there without ammunition for her soldiers, stood there with 1 week's food supply, and after that, starvation. At that time, the French army had mutinied. They lost 600,000 of the flower of the French youth. The Russian army was defecting. They didn't like the Tsar. And the Italian army had collapsed. Not a shot had been fired on the German soil. Not an enemy soldier had crossed the border into Germany. And yet, here was Germany offering England peace terms. Well, England in the summer of 1916 was considering that seriously. They had no choice. While that was going on, the Zionists in Germany went to the British War Cabinet. Look here, you can win this war if the United States will come in as your ally. The price you must pay us is Palestine after you have won the war and defeated Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Turkey. They made that promise in October of 1916. Now, that is something that the people in the United States have never been told. They never knew why we went into World War I. After we got into the war, the Zionists went to Great Britain and they said, let's have something in writing that shows that you are going to keep your bargain and give up Palestine after you win the war. And that was called the Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration was merely Great Britain's promise to pay the Zionists what they had agreed upon as a consideration for getting the United States into the war. That is where all the trouble started.